Welcome to another episode of the Wisdom of the Tarot. This time we're talking about two cards, and I hope it will be obvious why we're going to do that. The two cards today are the Lovers and the Devil. Now, basically, the bottom line is love and fear, but I will talk about them separately. But you might take a look, first of all, at the images, because the images that you see have a very similar configuration. In the Lovers, you see the angel above the two naked, male and female. And in the Devil, you see the same configuration, but this time you have a devil figure in the configuration, with the two people in chains, and therein lies a deep message. So let's talk about the Lovers first. Obviously, it's to do with love, but both these cards are to do with choices and decisions. So when the Lovers come up, when you pick the Lovers, there's quite a lot here to think about. Very often, the Lovers come out when there is a decision to be made. And that decision could be between two people. It could be between a person and a job. It might be you're considering moving to another place. It could be anything, but it often tells us that there is a decision to be made. Now, there is another title to the Lovers, and the other title of this card is Children of the Voice. And I often find that when people pull this card, it is that they've already acknowledged some psychic and spiritual abilities. And this card is very relevant because here you have the angel, the divine being, trying to imbue these people with love and also trying to imbue them to listen to their inner voice, the voice of love. So if we then look at the Devil, now, the Devil is also to do with making decisions. The Devil often comes out when people are undergoing some kind of temptation. Now, temptation is quite an old-fashioned word, but nonetheless, it's still true today. So this may be that the person is undergoing some temptation that is born out of fear, generally. Now, these temptations can be many and varied. They could be about anything, but you know in your heart what is right. Often this card comes out when people are tempted towards a relationship that is not born out of true love, but is born out of lust. Now, if you are lucky enough to have had an experience in your life where you found true love, this will not affect you because you will know the difference. But if you haven't had that experience of love in your life, you get this overriding desire. It could be just simply born out of lust. And the problem with that is that this lust doesn't last. It may last 6 months, it certainly won't last beyond 2 years. And when that lust starts dissolving, it's really difficult and can bring about all sorts of problems. In its worst case, it can even bring about violence. So what these two cards are saying to you, in a way, they're saying both very similar things, because they're saying, look into your heart, listen to the inner voice. What is this temptation? Is it real? Is it a fantasy? Now, it takes great courage to look at that. None of us want to be duped, but in some way, shape or form, probably all of us have had the experience of going towards something that wasn't right for them. It takes enormous strength to move aside from the temptation here. But if one can listen to the inner voice, then that will build enormous strength for the future. So it really is the voice of love or the voice of fear. Now, fear comes in many guises in our life, and different people have different fears. Some people might be fearful of bankruptcy, losing their house, losing their job, losing the person in their life. It comes in many ways. But the devil is asking you to look very closely. So if you do pull the devil card, don't be dismayed, because all of us go through something like this in our life. But it is saying, really be careful, look within, because if you should go down a path of temptation, absolutely no good will ever come of it. And it could set about really a long time to pull yourself back. Nonetheless, these have a really important message. And is not really, may I say now, there's not really such a thing as a bad card. These are messages. These are messages to help yourself. So don't be alarmed if you pull the devil, but take effort. Do some gentle meditation. Send out the intent that you only want that which is for the highest, greatest good for yourself. And if you do that, I promise you, you will walk forward and know the voice of love. I hope you've enjoyed listening to that. Thank you for being present. Thank you for coming into our video. I just say now that there is a course coming up on the 20th of September, The Self and Tarot Revealed. This course is very illuminating. It will help your psychic abilities. It will help you on your spiritual journey. So if you are interested in this course, please do contact us, or if you would enjoy a sitting. And finally, I would say to you, if you've enjoyed these programs, please do share them with others. Go well.